We are starting with the second lecture of set notation and Venn diagram. Now, last time we talked about the basics of set notation and proper set, intersection, union, Venn diagram, the shading, and so on. Now, let's try out some past paper questions. The question says, there are 30 students in a class. 22 study math, 16 study science, 2 study neither math nor science. So there are 2 subjects that we are talking about. That is, the first one is math and the other one is science. There are 22 who study math, 16 study science, neither math nor science. They study neither of these 2 subjects. There are 2 people. And remember, altogether, there are 30 students in this class. By drawing a Venn diagram or otherwise, find the number of students who study both math and science. Now, first of all, let's draw a box for the Venn diagram. Let's draw 2 circles, a blue circle and a green circle. Preferably the same size. So let me just make it a bit bigger, something like this. And it doesn't even have to be a circle. It could be an oval also. So the blue circle is for math. The other one is for science. Let the number of people studying both subjects is X. So number of people studying math and science is equals to X. Now remember, it does not say math only, it says math. So that includes everything. Therefore, math only will be 22 minus X. And science only will be 16 minus X. And this too, it goes on the outside over here. Now, all of these will add up to 2. So let me add it all up. So therefore, I'll write 22 minus X. Let's put it inside a bracket, plus X plus 16 minus X plus 2 equals to 20 equals to 30. I'm just doing one step ahead. I was doing the subtraction. That means if I ignore these 2, that means whatever is inside the circle should equal to 28. So therefore, I'll write it again. This equals to 28. And let me add 22 and 16. That is 28 and 38. And this negative X and this positive X cancels out. And I'm left with this negative X. So 38 minus X equals to 28. Therefore, negative X is equals to 28 minus 38. Therefore, X comes out to be 10. What it means is that math only is 22 minus X, which is actually 22 minus 10, which is actually 12. And science only is 16 minus X, which is 16 minus 10, which is 6 only. And a person studying both math and science, that is what? That is X and that is 10. And yes, we know 2 is studying none. None of math or science. That is 2. That's already given. So now add it up. This is 12, math only. This is 6, that's science only. Both is 10 and none is 2. So 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 10 is 28. 28 plus 2. Now it adds up to 30. What exactly they were asking? Find the number of students who study both math and science. That is X, and the value of X is 10. That's the answer for this particular question. So the first question is done. Let's move on. Now the question says, on the Venn diagram, show as shown in the answer space. So this is the Venn diagram. Let me just shift this down. So now this is the Venn diagram. That's over here, P and Q and R. Shade the set P intersection Q union R. Now, first of all, if we talk about P intersection Q, that's everything over here. And now it's unionizing with R. So shade everything in R. That includes this, that includes this, that includes this. That also includes this part of R. So therefore, what do we get? So we get everything over here. That's right over here. Why is it erasing itself? That's a good question. So let me write it like this. Okay, so now the answer is this plus this plus this. That is P intersection Q union R. So that is the answer for this particular part. Now, what about part B? Part B says express in set notation as simply as possible the set shaded in the Venn diagram. Now, this is outside of B, but outside of B could be this as well as this. Makes sense? But we are only shading this part. That means this seems like B intersection A complement. Now, let's say I'm a bit unsure about whether I've shaded it correctly or not. So let me just plug in some numbers and check. Let A equals to 1 and 2. Let me write 1 over here. Let me write 2 over here. Let B equals to 2. And the universal set, let me write a 3 over here. That's 1, 2, and 3. So now if this is B, which is 2, and A is 1, 2, therefore A complement is what? A complement is 3. So now if I ask for B intersection A complement, so outside of B is B complement. Actually, I wrote it the other way around. So let me use an eraser over here, and we have the 3 options. Let me choose a precision eraser. This is B complement intersection A. So this is B complement intersection A. So let me just erase this thing. I'm interested in B complement. So B complement is 1 and 3. Now B complement intersection A. This is A, which is 1 and 2. B complement is 1 and 3. What is common? That is 1. So this 1 is common, which makes perfect sense because that is exactly what I have shaded. So I hope this method is all good, all clear. It's outside of B. That includes this and this, but it's not just B complement. It's the common region with A. So it's B complement intersection A. That's the answer. Now, another question, just like the previous one. It says there are 34 children in a class. Of these, 22 take history, 19 take geography, 5 take neither history nor geography. Using a Venn diagram or otherwise, find the number of children who take history but not geography. Now, let me draw a box again. So I have drawn a box for the universal set. Let me draw 2 circles, one for history. The other one is for geography. And let me just shift it like this. Okay, let me make this thing a little bit bigger. Let me shift it in the middle. Okay, now let me mark the left one as history. This one is geography. Middle one is X. Only history is 22 minus X. Only geography is 19 minus X. 5 take neither history nor geography. And they all add up to 34. Let's first find X. So 22 minus X plus 19 minus X plus 5 equals to how much? That's 34. And I also talk about the otherwise part. How can you do that? So negative X and this is plus X. It cancels out. We are left with 22 and 19 and this 5 goes on the other side. So 22 plus 19, that is 41. Plus 5 equals to 34. And don't forget this X over here. That is this X. This is actually negative x. So negative x is equals to 34 minus 46. Negative x is equals to negative 12. Therefore, x comes out to be 12. Who are these people? These are those who take both history and geography. So let me write it over here. Both history and geography, that is 12. If I write only history, that is 22 minus 12, which comes out to be 10. If I write only geography, that is 19 minus 12, that comes out to be 7. Neither nor is already given over here. Now, what is it asking? Find the number of children who take history but not geography. Who take history but not geography, that means history only. So therefore, this answer is only history, and this answer is coming out to be 10. That is how this part is done. Now let me explain the same question. Let me copy it and transfer it to the next page. And okay, let me add a page over here. And let me show you how the part can be done otherwise. So now let me focus on this part and let me focus on this thing that is otherwise. Now the working is pretty simple. That is, take 34, take 5 and subtract it. So 34 minus anyone taking none of these subjects, that is 29. Now this 29 includes what? It includes the 22 taking history and the 19 taking geography. So now add these two. 22 plus 19, that is 41. The difference between 41 and 29 is the answer. Difference between 41 and 29, that gives us the concept of both. People taking both subjects, which is 12. I think I would prefer that you draw a Venn diagram and explain everything in detail. This is just a shortcut. Now let's look at this question. The question says, the results of a survey of 31 students are shown in the Venn diagram. Universal set, students question in the survey. That's the universal set. M, students who study math. That's this one. P, students who study physics. That's this one. And Spanish, that's a disjoint set. That's not connected. That's one. Write down the value of X. Now, first of all, we know that 31 students are shown. That means this should all add up to 31. So first part is 16 plus 4 plus X plus 2 plus 1 equals to 31. 16 plus 4 is 20, 23. So X plus 23 is 31. Therefore, X comes out to be 8. These are the people who study only physics. These are the people study only math. This is math and physics. This is only Spanish. They don't study physics. They don't study math. These are the people who study neither math nor physics nor Spanish. These are two people. What's the second part? Number of elements in M intersection P. M intersection P is 4. So this answer is 4. Number of element in M union S. So union means take all, whether there is common or not. So take 16, take 4, that is M, and S is 1. So that is 16 plus 4 plus 1, that comes out to be 21. And this 4, let me also write it in another color so that you know after you're going through the exercise that this 4 is this 4. Number of element in P complement. Now, what is P complement? Outside of P. So this is P. This is P. So P complement is 16. P complement is 1. P complement is 2. So 16 plus 2 plus 1. So that comes out to be 19. That's the answer for this particular part. Write down a description in words of the set that has 16 members. Which set has 16 members? That is the set. So these are the students who study only maths. So these are the students studying only math. So that's how you write it in words. Let's move on. Let's look at this question. The question says, on the Venn diagram in the answer space, shade the set. So the first part is about shading. The second one, it's already shaded. Write what does it represent. And the third part is like the questions that we did. So I'll pause the recording over here so you can try out this particular question. Now, let's look at the question. The first part, it says, shade the set A union B intersection C. So first focus on B intersection C. B intersection C is this thing. And then we are unionizing with A, so add everything in A. So whatever I have shaded, just focus on that. So this is A. Everything is A. And then let me add B intersection C also. So if I add B intersection C, everything is there. So this along with this, that is the shaded region for this. Express in set notation the subset shaded in the diagram. Again, it's just like the previous one. It's outside of Q, so it's Q complement, but it does not include this part. It only includes part of P. So it's taking common with P. So this is Q complement intersection P. It doesn't make a difference if you write P intersection Q complement. Perfectly good. This one, it says in a class of 36, 25 study history. Let me make a box first. And let me make two circles, a red circle. Let me copy it. Let me paste, and this is another circle, and let me change the color to blue. So now there is this circle, there is this circle, and it says there are 36 students in that class, 25 study history. This is history. This is geography. 4 study neither. 4 goes on the outside. X goes over here. This is 25 minus X. This one is geography is 20. So geography only is 20 minus X. Add it all up. It should add up to 36. So 25 minus X plus 20 minus X plus 4 equals to 36. So 25 and then 20, that is 45. 45 plus 4 is 49. So 49 minus X is equals to 36. This negative X, this positive X gets cancelled. This negative X is this one. So therefore, the difference between 49 and 36 is 13. X comes out to be 13. These are the number of students who study both history and geography. How many students study both history and geography? That is X, and the value of X is 13. So this part is done. Now, why don't you go ahead and try this one, slightly different. Let's see how it goes. Now, over here, the question says, the sets A and B, they are shown on the Venn diagram in the answer space. The element Y is such that Y is an element of A. So Y could be over here, Y could be over here, but Y is not an element of B. That means Y is only over here. On the diagram, write Y in the correct region. So this is where Y is only in this region. They are not asking us to shade. They are just asking us to write it. So we will write it over here. This is basically the same thing as B complement intersection A. The second part. X is an integer between 1 and 8. X is greater than 5. Now let me write it down so that it's easier. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. What is P? P is greater than 5. It's part of the universal set, greater than 5. So this is 6, 7, and 8. What is Q? Q is X is lesser than or equal to 3. So this is 3 to 1, or I can write 1 to 3. So it's better to write 1 to 3. Find the value of number of elements in P union Q. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's your choice. I think it's a good idea to first write P union Q. That is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. And once you have written it, then write down the element of P union Q, that is 6. List the elements of P complement intersection Q complement. Now, I hope you remember the rule from last time, that this is the same thing as P union Q, the whole thing complement. Remember the rule. Convert the intersection to union and take the complement common out. There is also another rule, which I'll list a little bit later, but for right now, this is what you need to do. So this is the rule that we are using. So therefore, I'll write P union Q is this. So P union Q, the whole thing complement, that is 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, 4 is missing, 5 is missing. So 4 and 5, that is the elements, and that is what we were looking for. The other rule that we are talking about, that is for knowledge sake. If they would have asked a part 3 and they would have asked about P complement union Q complement, that's the same thing as P intersection Q. The union gets converted. What happened over here? The union gets converted to intersection. There is maybe some special kind of eraser over here, which I cannot see. So therefore, this is P intersection Q, and the whole thing complement is taken common out. So P intersection Q does not exist. Okay? But if we were about to use it, that's how it will be used. So now this part is also done. Let's move on. It's the same kind of question like before. On the Venn diagram shown in the answer space, shade P union Q complement. So this is Q. Q complement is this and this, but we are unionizing with P. So if we are unionizing with P, let me make this thicker. So we will include this thing. We will also include on the outside because we are unionizing with P. So P union Q complement. I'll just take a break for Azan. Now, let me look at this question once again. Let me erase the things so I can start fresh with this without any interruption. So now the question says, on the Venn diagram shown in the answer space, that's right over here, shade P union Q complement. Now, first of all, this is Q. So Q complement will include this as well as this. If we were intersecting with P, we would only shade this much. But we are unionizing with P. Now, it might create a little bit of problem. So let me first plug in some numbers. Let me write 1, let me write 2, let me write 3, let me write 4. So P is 1, 2. And Q is 2, 3. And Q complement is what? Q complement is 1 and 4. So this is 1, 4 over here. Now I have to unionize P union Q complement. So this is P, this is Q complement. We are unionizing. We have 1, that's common. We have 2, we have 4. So just shade that region. We have 1 and we have 2. And we also have this 4 on the outside. That is how the shading is done. So whenever you are in doubt, and that could happen, just pick up some numbers. Make sure to have something on the outside. Just play around with the calculation and you are all safe. Now this question, just like a previous question, let me do this once again. Something very, very basic. And I think if I have the circle, yes, I do have the circle. And Let me just change the color. Goes over here. So now what do we have? We have 27 children in a class, 19 own a bicycle. So B for bicycle, that's 19. 15 own a scooter, 3 neither. And this is X over here. So this is 19 minus X. This one is 15 minus X. And add it all up equal to 27. So 19 minus X plus 15 minus X plus 3 equals to 27. So we have negative X and positive X cancelling out. We are left with negative X. And then we have 19 plus 15. That is 34. 34 plus 3, that is 37. So 37 minus X equals to 27. Therefore, negative X is negative 10. Therefore, X comes out to be positive 10. That is who own a bicycle but not scooter. Let me focus on that. This is both bike and scooter. Bicycle and a scooter. But we are interested in those people who own a bike but not scooter. So that is bike only. So therefore, this is this one. That is bicycle only. That is 19 minus X. What's the value of X? X is 10. Or 19 minus 10. Or the answer is 9. That's how this part is done. Now, a question like this. Why don't you try it out? Now, the question says, the universal set is 1 all the way till 16. Integers between 1 and 16. A, what is A? A is such that it's a multiple of 3. Therefore, A is 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. What is set B? It's a factor of 24. 1 is a factor, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and then 12. Yes, and I think that's it. These are the factors of 24 from this thing. What about C? C is that X is an odd number. So that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. That is it. First of all, we are interested in number of elements in B. How many elements are there in B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7. And then what about this one? A union B union C, the whole thing complement. First of all, what's an A union B union C? We have A, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, 5 is there, 6 is there, 7 is there, 8 is there, 9 is there. I don't see a 10, so 10 is missing. 11 is there, 12 is there, 13 is there, I don't see 14. 15 is there, I don't see 16. So this is what's not in it. Everything else is in A union B union C. So this is 10, 14, and 16. That's the answer for this part. Now, how many of you got it right? Acknowledge it on the WhatsApp group. Okay, now let's move to this one. Using said notation, describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram. Now, remember, just today, beginning of the class, few minutes ago, we solved and shaded something like this. Let me just show you that. So I think it was over here. That's this one. That's P and Q and R, something like this. That is P intersection Q union R. And there was another one also, I think I saw, yeah, over here. A union B intersection C. So this is B intersection C unionizing with A. Now, based upon the same thing, coming back to this question. So this is B intersection C, that's this, but we are unionizing with A. So this is A intersecting A union B intersection C. That's the answer for this part. In the Venn diagram, shade the region represented by Q union R intersection with P complement. So what is Q union R? Q union R is everything over here. That's Q union R. But we are intersecting with P complement. Now, P complement is outside of P. That includes this. And that, why does it get erased? And that also includes this. But we are intersecting with it, agreed? So we are intersecting. So therefore, this region is the answer. So let me just shade it once and for all. So therefore, the answer over here is this thing. That is P complement intersecting with Q union R. So Q union R is a lot of things, but we are intersecting with P complement. So let me shade this region. And once this is shaded, of course, I should shade this region also. It's one single region. It's just two colors that I'm using. So now P complement included this also, but it's not intersecting with this thing, P complement. So P complement is this and this and this and this, but it has to intersect it with Q union R. So this is what you choose. So this part is also done. Let's focus on this. On the Venn diagram, shade A intersection B intersection C complement. So A intersection B can be written in a bracket. A intersection B intersecting with C complement. So therefore, let me write this thing. That's intersecting with C complement. So C complement, I think it's the same thing as this, something like this. Yeah. So first of all, A intersection B. Now A intersection B is this thing, but we are intersecting with C complement. So when we talk about C complement, that's this, 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 and this. So only this much needs to be shaded. So that's only this thing, and that's the answer. A intersection B, but intersection with C complement. So this one is done. Let's focus on this one. That is universal set is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. X is a prime number. So let me focus on P. P is such that it's a prime number. So 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is there, 7 is there, and that's it. What is Q? Q is greater than or equal to 5. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Okay, find the value of number of elements in P intersection Q. P intersection Q, what's common? I see a 5, I see a 7, and that's it. So P intersection Q is 5 and 7. Therefore, the number of elements in P intersection Q is 2. There are 2 elements in it. So this is the working for part 1. What about part 2? List the elements of P union Q complement. Now let me write Q complement. That is what's not in Q. So that is 2, that is 3, that is 4, 5 is there, 6 is there, 7, and so on. This is P Q complement. Now let me write P again. What is P? That's 2, 3, 5, and 7. We are interested in P union Q complement. So P union Q complement, and we are interested in the elements itself. So 2 is there, 3 is there, 4 is there, 5 is there, and 7 is there. So these are the 5 elements of this. That completes this part, and that completes the second lecture of set notation in Venn diagram. I'll be having one more class on this, or maybe a half a class on this, to solve some difficult questions related to set notations. These were the moderate ones and the easy ones. Take care.